Hey web world, it's Scotty D with your TechErtainment news. My take on today's hottest headlines in technology and entertainment. Let's go! Sony's going hybrid. I know what you're thinking. A hybrid car from Sony? No, that's not what I'm talking about. Hybrid computers. Now, typically when you think of a hybrid computer, it's an all-in-one computer, like the iMac or some of the other manufacturers that have the computers built into the monitor. Well, this is taking it a step further. It's called the Sony VioTap 20. It's a 20-inch all-in-one computer. Now, it sounds, well, big deal, right? This has a touch screen, and that's important to you if you're looking at that Windows 8 experience that you might be going out and buying here in the next couple of weeks. You really want that touch experience with the Windows 8, and this Sony VioTap 20 is going to give that to you. Now, the interesting thing about this device is that it has a kickstand on the back that you can fold up, unplug your keyboard and mouse, and unplug it from the wall and use it just like a tablet anywhere with Wi-Fi because it has a built-in battery. Incredible! You can have the bragging rights of having the biggest tablet on the block. I'd like to get serious on this next topic. Security in the IT infrastructure. It's all over the news, and some people are even saying that the United States is at risk of a Pearl Harbor style cyber attack. And we've seen some of this activity recently in the financial institutions that you see on the news, that their websites have been hacked. And government officials, security analysts, and specialists in the industry are calling for tighter IT security measures. I agree with them. And you should also be thinking about this in your home. Yeah, your home is an IT infrastructure if you have an internet connection, because you go online, you do banking, you communicate online, you do other activities, and you want to make sure that you're safe. It all starts with your modem, the connection point from your house to your internet service provider and beyond. If you can own that modem, you control that modem a lot more than if it's provided to you in a lease. The features, the functions, how it's set up. If you can't own your modem, at least ensure that your internet service provider has configured your modem to the utmost security. If you do own your modem, you can take such measures as maybe limiting the number of IP addresses that it issues out, the MAC addresses of the computers that can connect to it. And lastly, if you can install a firewall between you and the outside world, you're going to be that much more protected. A firewall is a barrier that you configure up, either a software firewall or a hardware firewall, and it limits what packets can flow in and out from your home to the internet, and likewise from the internet back into your home. If you have security cameras and they're wired, make sure that that wired security camera system is configured optimally. But if you have wireless cameras, those IP cameras that are cheap, you can put them all over and look at your house from the outside world. Guess what? If you can look at your house from the outside world, so can someone else. So make sure that if you do have IP cameras, that they are configured optimally. Check with your manufacturer of your IP cameras for the best security measures that you can use. And finally, there's passwords. You use passwords locally on your computers, and you use passwords out on the internet. So you want to make sure your password is strong. And we did a complete video on password security and strength, and you can review that video. There's a link in the video description below. When it comes to security of the IT infrastructure you use, whether it's in your home or services that you use from the outside business world, make sure that you're safe. More fun with Apple. Yep, they're back in the news with, I guess, what you can call an acknowledgement in some way, shape, or form of the rumors around the iPad mini. There's going to be a special press event that's going to take place on October the 23rd, where insiders are saying that this is where they're going to unveil the iPad mini. Interestingly, that this is just days before their quarterly earning report is due. And you gotta wonder, is this a ploy to help the numbers get higher? Let us know what you think. If you're like me, you love online shopping. It's more convenient, and usually you can find a better deal online. Well, not this holiday season. Best Buy is stepping up its game, and they've announced that during this holiday season, they are going to match Amazon's online price at their brick and mortar stores. You gotta wonder how long it's going to take before more brick and mortar stores follow the same suit, making shopping more competitive and better for you and I. What do you think? The battle of the maps continues. We talked about this a little bit on our last TechErtainment news, the rivalry between Apple and Google since the release of iOS 6, which basically ousted Google's Maps from the interface. Allegedly, the Google-powered map app that was on the iOS App Store has silently disappeared. Have you looked for it lately? Did you even notice it? Can't we all just get along? I mean, really, it's a map. Isn't it our choice what mapping program we use? Last but not least, Mozilla has released a new version of the Firefox web browser. It's Firefox 16, and they've supposedly fixed many security problems in the previous versions. What's your favorite web browser? I wanted to answer a question right here on the TechErtainment News that I got via email. It asked, am I available for consulting, advisory, speaking engagements, or even interviews? The answer is yes, 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 and yes. If you're interested, drop me an email. It's scott@scottydonline.com. You'll find that email in the video description below. That's your TechErtainment News. Thanks for all of your follows, likes, comments, and subscriptions. We'll see you next time, Web World. Don't forget to share with your friends, too.